And hello guys, Conmira here. So today is day one um, of the recap series. So we're gonna start with leveling. So as I planned, I went to Warstrike, then I went to Clarity, and then I went to Energy Sphere, and I had a problem because Energy Sphere, when I switched to Static Charge at Rupture 11, in Energy Sphere doesn't proc Static Charge fast enough. So I had to auto-attack all the way through until I got enough energy regen for Starfall. So instead, I know I said I would go to Energy Sphere for leveling, but I didn't. I tried and it wasn't good, so we went with Starfall Strike and auto attacks until we reached Deathclaw, and at around Rupture 30 something. But yeah, then I went to pick Ancient Barrier, and then we went to pick the Sky Mastery, the Sky Affinity. As you can see, the tree is a little bit different than my plan because we figured some things. I'm gonna show you the whole tree. So yeah, I went for the sky here, and then I went this way, pick up the ground, and go to the bottom, pick up the crit chance, and then clarity this way. I'm picking up this node because it's like 2.5 health regen percent and 10% energy regen for 5 points. That's pretty good, and I don't have much else to take. As you can see, I'm gonna respect the phasing nodes later. They are not that great. They are a little bit of a boost early for your damage percent. But yeah, I'm picking the crit chance here. I'm gonna explain why. And I'm picking the movement here. That's a little bit different than the tree that I showed in my planning. But yeah, this is the tree at the moment. So we discovered that these little nodes. So I don't know if I said it yesterday in my planning video, but how I thought it worked was, you know, the discharge, 50% discharge damage. I thought it was added to the base damage of discharge here that says still 200% normal attack damage, right? And this 200% is a multiplier to your ability. So because of that, I thought these nodes will add 100% to the 200% base. And then therefore, I will get 50% more damage from my ability. And in the end, it doesn't. It works only for the weapon skill damage, only for the discharge damage. I tested it yesterday. I mean, day one. Sorry, it's the start of day two for me. That's why I'm a little bit confused. But yeah, so I'm not picking these nodes ever at the moment until it's fixed. Yeah, cooldown, a little bit of wisdom percent, even though it doesn't really matter right now. It matters a little bit, but and mastery points, and distance demolition, and proximity demolition. So this is the full tree. So I overed over a little bit. So I have like 1.8k combat rating, doesn't matter much, but as you can see, we have 88 crit chance because I picked the crit chance on the tree, and I'm gonna explain why. And you see that I'm running a fiery totem trinket too, and I'm gonna explain why too. Card-wise, as I said, try to prioritize health percent, not health percent, wisdom percent on your card. Even though, so you can either prioritize like flat damage and crit chance, Or flat armor. I'm not a fan of flat armor, but it's okay. Or health bonus. Instead of wisdom percent early and respect later. Because when you have more card, like when you clear higher rupture, you will have more choices, so it will be easier to get your set completed. The thing is, I hate respecting my cards, so I try to pick what will be good later. You don't have to do like I do. It's not really smart, but because I'm lazy and I don't want to respec most of the time, that's what I'm doing. Otherwise, so I stopped at 75 because I can farm 75. It doesn't matter to push right now. It literally doesn't matter. So we stopped at 75 and we are able to farm 75 for the breach scrolls now, right? As you can see, I started to get some breach scrolls, like 42 harmonians. Usually I'm picking up 30 of each because that's enough for 5 breach or 1 archeon for when I'm ready. We did a lot, I mean not a lot of gravediggers, but as you can see, I did 3 gravediggers, 1 catacomb, 2 Elysias. At the moment, I didn't do much else. But yeah, so why we pick crit chance on the tree? And why am I not cap crit yet? And why the F I have a purple weapon? Yeah. So why we don't pick crit chance? Because why we pick crit chance? Sorry. As you can see, I tend to try to get a little bit of crit everywhere, crit chance on my gear, because I went for the health regen necklace first, right? And the first few pushes until I can reach 75 farming, 75 farming point. So I went with health regen, I went with bloodless helmet, like I said, and I went for elite respawn boots. I didn't go for movement speed potion this time around. I don't know if that was smart or not, but I feel like I didn't need it. So it's up to you what you want to do. For the bracers, I went for crit energy regen bracers. I'm not showing it because I don't have them anymore. That's why I'm not crit capped. And for the relic, I went for potion. Sorry, I went for armor potion. And for the rings, I went for maximum health while bloodless is active. As you can see, I have 527 wisdom, so we are close to the 625 cap. To be able to switch our enchant on the ring. But I'm probably gonna switch them today, even though I don't have enough wisdom compared to the bloodlust, because right now I'm farming with 30. No, that's not the helmet. I'm farming with 30% elite, chance to respawn elite at the moment. So I'm running the helmet, the boots, and the bracers. To be able to do that, you still need a decent amount of damage, and you need scaling on your damage because you don't get the crit chance, you don't get the bloodlust that give you 300% crit damage. You know, that's a lot of damage. That's 50% more damage. So you have to be fairly strong, and that's why I decided to go with. So we happen to get a static charge belt, and because it's an AOE belt, it's not like a damage modifier like the duration one. I went for fiery totem buff because I have lightning totem benefit from fire damage. And fire totem, as you can see, I'm gonna show you why. So as you can see, every time it procs 1,000,000 totems, and when you run over them, right, You see my buff here. It says Fire Grandmaster, grants 2% fire damage, max 100 stack. So it's effectively 200% fire damage. And very early, right? Like this is like 26%, right? So very early, I only have, I have the 100% from the static charge. So I can reach like 400% elemental total with fire totems and static charge only, almost. I have a little bit of lightning here. But my game is mostly static charge damage and crit chance, as you can see. Major crit chance or crit chance, that's a little bit of fire, like 40% fire. Boss damage, static charge, energy regen. My relic is bad, it's just damage, flat damage. This ring is okay, that's 50 flat damage. But yeah, you kind of see the trend, right? Crit chance, static charge, crit chance, static charge, crit chance, static charge. And because of that, I'm able to get 272% static charge base damage. And I don't know if where you're at or if you remember, but the base damage is like 40%. So we are doing 6 times our base damage from the start. And I happen to get this weapon. Okay, I'm gonna show you because I have a weapon with an enchant. I farmed it, so we have it. This one. And it has a little bit of static charge damage, but the base damage is it's fairly low. Don't look at the combat rating because it doesn't really matter, but we are losing a lot, as you can see, right? We are losing like almost 30% DPS, damage, combat rating, whatever you want to call it. And so I tried both. And in the end, Bond of Agony, my purple one, is better than my weapon with an enchant because my weapon with my enchant is pretty bad. Low base damage, low static charge damage, low crit chance. Like it's fairly bad. So I tried, but I dropped this weapon just before, like literally the rupture before I did the catacomb tank I told you yesterday. So that's why I still went for the weapon enchant. It was a waste, but it's okay. At least we have the enchant now. I'm gonna go back from so the totem. You can either go with the belt or a trinket. Doesn't matter. Depends what you need, but yeah. Pants. Oh, I got this chest too. Usually I tend to go with Archeon chest, like these Archeons, because it gives you crit damage, but this one gave me 35 static charge, and 35% at this point is a lot. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think I've done everything. I've said everything we've done. We found my tree, if you want to see my elven tree. So I went straight from books and gold here, straight up. And then I went straight down to pick Fate of the Blacksmith, Pen of the Blacksmith, Sticky Fingers, very important for later. And then now so I picked up the materials. And now I'm picking up like a little bit of inventory slot because while farming, we will be missing a little bit of inventory slot. And then because I'm hardcore, I'm gonna go and pick up that health regen later. It's like 5% for a few points. It's not that great, but it's okay. Like 5% here, you can get like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5% here. Right, so it's like almost 10% regen from like the tree and the Advent Capital tree. So it's pretty good because I have 25% here. So getting almost 10% for free It's not free, but you know what I mean. But yeah, for farming, you know, it's just discharge as always. You don't use any secondary ability. You can go with one. I don't like it. Oh yeah, the weapon. So as I said, we did all the max health, and now today I think I'm gonna start leveling weapons. That's why I have weapons on my in my inventory. As you can see, I think I'm gonna start leveling my weapons to get the max health bonus here, and maybe the energy regen bonus. I don't know if I will have the willpower to do it. But yeah, that's kind of the plan today. Try to farm. So it's weird because it will take me like approximately like an hour or so to reach 3600 per weapon. So it's like 5 hours of farming. And during that 5 hours, I could not get any scrolls because I cannot farm 75 with another weapon. I tried. It's very scary for me. I don't have enough damage. Even with the bloodless helmet that I had earlier, yes, on me, like this one. So yeah, it's not enough, sadly. So I have to farm like 59s. It's still okay because you can still get materials. As you can see, you can still get imbued weapon runes, you can get shadow chest, you can get maps for your catacomb keys later. And you still get Elysia keys, you know, and you still get infused. Yeah, so I converted a lot of my imbued dwarven runes that I had from the grave diggers to dwarven keys to try to get a belt. It took me, I don't know, I did 3 grave diggers, 1 catacomb, played the campaign, the belt you have in the campaign, and I opened maybe 10 other chests before I got a belt. So fairly long time. I still didn't do Underrealm yet. But yeah, I think that's the recap of day 1 and a little bit of planning for day 2. So I think that will be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's a little bit shorter. It's still a little bit long, but shorter than yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to do a day 2 recap, of course. And if you want to join me on stream, I'm streaming every day at twitch.tv/Konmura212. Feel free to come by and say hello if you want to and ask question or anything. Yeah. Have a good day, have a good night, and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.